Now, okay. See, I don't know what you also think, that a person, as we have been told, is acting as a whistleblower and is blowing the whistle about wrongdoing. And last week I asked that question of the governance person, that what we are running is see something, say something. The guy has seen something, it is curious. And he's saying something. Why all of a sudden this approach? What do you think?
Okay, first let me express my shock about something that Mr. Mensah said, that he has no obligation to assist the security services.
Ma'am,
as a citizen of this country, who has been voted for by people.
We are talking law.
And we are not talking law.
It's law.
You see, look, let me, can I, please,
what are we talking about?
Can I,
sorry.
I didn't interrupt.
Mr. Mensah, go ahead. Mensah, hold on. Mensah, but whilst you are thinking,
please offer me that.
Whilst you are thinking, take your mind to misprision of crime. Misprision of crime.
Treason or crime.
Misprision of crime.
Please, can I talk? Look, if this country would focus more on ethics than law, we would move forward. We talk about law, you can have law without any ethics. You understand? We are so focused on law and so unethical, it's not even funny. You think that as somebody who has been voted for to be a representative of people, you have no moral obligation to assist the state in the welfare of the people. Look, if there were drugs in the case, that there were drugs on board, and those drugs have come into our system, it could be Mensah's child, it could be my child, it could be Ntim Fordjour's child, it could be any of us, our children, who will come across it and become an addict and be destroyed. You think that that is okay? And this is a person who says he's a reverend minister. But it is about law.
He takes an objection to say this is the person who.
But he's. I mean, fine. He has no moral obligation to assist in the welfare of this country if he believes that something is wrong. He doesn't have to go to the people. Look, I would have been okay if he had just said that there have been flights here, which is a fact, and that those flights came in a certain cloud. So it is suspicious. So please investigate this suspicious flight without necessarily going further to say that cocaine and this thing. When he says he's not interested in the cargo, we are interested in the cargo. You understand? Because he went ahead to say it had cash and it had and drugs. And that is a cause for concern. If he had said, look, I have come across these facts, and there's a fact that, and these facts can make it open for all sorts of things. So please go ahead and come and explain these facts to us. Because facts don't necessarily always make up the truth. Because facts can be twisted by people and arrive at a certain conclusion. We can all have facts here and arrive at different conclusions. You get it? So if he didn't have evidence of cocaine and of money, what was he talking about? Because we would reasonably think that he had gone further to say suspicious flights and had mentioned cocaine and money. And that makes all of us think that, there must be something more to it. I would have thought that being in the position that he is, look, he's no ordinary citizen of Ghana. That's why we pay them all the 70.
His lawyer says so. His lawyer says so with emphasis. Atachian says he is not an ordinary person.
Yes.
He is an MP and has privileges. If you want to deal with him, go through the speaker.
Yes.
Now, contrary to what Mensah is saying, what we have been told by the minority group has been that once the security officers will use the speaker's procedure, he will make himself available.
I'm talking about he is no ordinary person. So I can probably not walk and command the presence of the head of the NIB or whatever. But he can. If he had those suspicions and it was not about grandstanding and about politics, he could have gone to the head of state. Look, this has come to my attention. We want you to do this. If I give you a certain time, if I'm not hearing for it, I will go public with it. That is the well-meaning Ghanaian. That is the well-meaning citizen. You understand? It is not about grandstanding and wanting to disgrace this country. Because, look, people sometimes forget that when we go out there, it doesn't matter whether you're NDC, MPP, MP, you are Ghanaian. You understand? And when things go out into the public and into the world, it is about you being Ghanaian. And they say, oh, we had that in your country. They do a lot of things, you use as a transit this thing. It doesn't matter who is in power. Whether it's NDC, MPP, once they tag you that your country is saying, they profile you. That they don't profile us according to our political parties. They profile us according to our color, according to the country in which we come from, according to the region that we come from. That's how they profile us. So when you go out there and you think that you are doing it against your party and for your party and you want to grandstand, you do it against all of us who don't vote either NPP or NDC. You get it? Because when I go out there, they profile me. And they profile me for some of the things that go on and that are said about this country. And I think that all of us as politicians, we need to recognize this. Look, some of us feel that a lot of drug issues are a problem in this country. You know about Red. I mean, the pharmaceutical industry, you know. You see the devastation that Red has caused for young people. We definitely don't want the other drugs to come and add to it. We don't want to be used as a transit point. We don't want to be used as an end of the thing. And so it's important that the government takes hold of it. You get it? Any suspicion, yes. But when you say that you know, I mean, this and this, we expect that you have more than just hopping from station to station and grandstanding. That one, you know, and coming to supposed arrest, they went inside that room there, okay? I don't know. I haven't heard the other side. It's only his side said that they came to arrest them. Did the NIB actually say that they went there to arrest him? Because
what else would they have gone there to do?
No, I don't know.
The chairman of the committee.
We don't know. Yeah. We don't know. Because, so seriously, so the NIB,
and again, just hold on 1 second. Senor also said they didn't have a warrant to search. I think sometimes we have to be careful how we educate the public. You know, arrests have been made and searches have been done recently. And all you hear is that there was no warrant, there was no warrant. And we miseducate the people. And I was reading yesterday somebody saying that if anybody ever came to his house without a warrant, he would shoot them. Yeah. Please, that is not law. Our law allows search without warrant. Our law allows arrest without warrant, depending on the status of the officer who is doing it and depending on the circumstances of the suspicion of what is going on. So let's not allow any politician, right? Let's not allow any politician to lie to you that there must always be an arrest warrant, there must always be a search warrant. Yeah. It's incorrect. Yeah. Yes, please go.
So because coming from Afenyomaken, they stood down and they left. You understand? I am not for the Gestapo sort of thing that went on.
Who did?
Who did? It's terrible. It's unsightly. It's why? What is it to invoke fear? I mean, and when it was done at the Ayawaso, we all condemned it. You understand? We don't want that, and it gives me shivers because it makes me think that it is the political parties who have put in their members. Do you understand? And these members who are appearing, because I would think the security service, they try to use nondescript looking people as much as possible, who can easily mingle among people and not be taken. You understand? They don't do this show of this and do that Gestapo sort of thing. Real power is silent and menacing. You understand? The people could have gone in there quietly to speak to him and say, okay, we just want to inform you that we will be inviting you to come here. So maybe you should come with your lawyer and everything.
So.
They could have done that without all this show of. It's unnecessary. We condemn it.
You know, I asked the question.
I think that it's not. I believe that it should not just be the NIB. All the security services should not operate.
I asked the question the last time, and Reverend has misreported me in some subsequent interviews that he had, that I said he should be arrested, he should be in jail. I never said that. If you play the whole tape, you won't hear any of that.
I'm your witness. You never.
He actually said, I said he should shut up. I never said so.
You never said
I said the government said, if you don't have the evidence, you should shut up. And he went to Paul Admochi's show and said things that I never said. In fact, the people who are following him, if they took the trouble to play back the tape, I think you come and salute me. Now, here, the question to you, the question to you is,
a man of the cloth, we expect better.
The question to you now is this, which I ask Ejapa Mensah. What should be the approach of the state now? Should it be to get him to help to investigate? Should it be investigated? Or it should be targeted at him for having done what you call spreading false news?
Well, I think that the investigation, they should do the right thing. They should go by the book, and strictly by the book. And if it requires going through the speaker, etc., they should do it and invite him to come and give what intelligence that he and his minority caucus have. Mighty. Micro. Is it mighty micro?
They don't like the micro. They like the mighty minority.
Okay, the mighty micro minority. Okay, have. Okay, because they said it is not just him. It's about the whole caucus. But he's the face of it, so he should come and give us that intelligence. When they do their research, and they do their findings, and they find out that he was lying and he was grandstanding, I think there's something about deceit of a public officer and causing fear and panic and all those things. They should find something in the book and throw at him. You understand? And do it in the manner such that any would-be politician who thinks that they can get up.
Kofi says he's a whistleblower. You don't do that to a whistleblower.
But I think that
the minority group, their position is that this is a whistleblower. So don't deal with that.
So it's the whole minority group who are whistleblowing. Is that it? No, but either he is the whistleblower or the minority group are the whistleblowers. There has to be. And I think that whistleblowers to have criteria, don't say. The whistleblowers have, there's a definition of does he fit the definition of a whistleblower? Because, I mean, he has to fit the definition of a whistleblower. You get it? For us to know that he actually fits that definition so he can be categorized as a whistleblower. But I think that there were options to him, and he chose to use the press conference as an option. Some of us don't think that was prudent.
After the press conference, he sought to ask for a briefing.
Well, that should not have been the first option. The first option should have been to quietly do what he believed as a citizen. You understand?
This is an urgent matter. Would he not want to blow the whistle so that at least we could have impounded the cargo and stopped it, so that we don't come back later?
So the time that he was saying on the 25th of March and his first April was the thing sitting here with the cargo, where the airplane sitting here with the cargo.
Long gone.
They were long gone.
Okay.
You understand?
All right.
I mean, he was whistleblowing when he got the intelligence at the time that he got the intelligence.
Okay.
And if the flights hadn't left, then he should have done the quiet route of going to ensure
Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Susan. And